What's up, guys? This is Frozen 2 Fanboy 2004 here, and welcome back to another, not a movie review, but a rant on the channel. Yes, we're talking Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, the one of my least anticipated movies of the year. I know like this movie was supposed to be a Blazing Samurai, and it's supposed to be a ripoff of Blazing Saddies. And it's been in development hell since 2017, and now we're getting it in 2022, 5 years later. The film is directed by, well, I don't care. I don't even know their names. I don't care. And the film has such a very big cast, but very embarrassing because it feels like a B movie. It stars Michael Cera, Samuel L. Jackson, Ricky Gervais, Michelle Yeoh, and a bunch of other guys. Oh yeah, Digimon Hansu. I don't have to pronounce his name, but and yes, we got Scott Pilgrim, Nick Fury, Evelyn Wang, the guy from Muppets, the villain from Muppets was Wanted, and the twist villain, and Korath, in this all in the same movie, and yet all of them suck. But I'll get to that later. Yeah, so the plot for Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank is, well, basically a dog named Hank was chosen to be the samurai and comes to the cat town, but then the cats um attack him because he's a dog, and apparently there's racism in the world where the cats are represented as the white people and the dogs are represented as the black people or something like that. Sorry for being racist. That's just how I interpret the movie, and yeah, and yes, this movie is about racism, but I'll get to that later. And then basically he gets trained, and then he just wanted to come because he got bullied, and then he fights an evil cat who wants to take over the city. I don't know, like, there's no plot. Yeah, there's no plot. So yeah, I'm sure you guys I already told you the history of this film, and yeah, and the rename, and the trailer for this film. Oh god, yeah, it looked so bad. Like, yeah, and honestly, and after seeing Paws of Fury today, I gotta say, what the mother, father, cocker spaniel was that? Yeah, I know, that was a line from the movie. Um, but yeah, that's exactly what I think of the movie. It was horrible. It was so bad. Like, Paramount, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank is now officially my worst movie of 2022. Yes, it has dethroned the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, and not only that, but it is right up there with Trolls 1 and the Trolls Duology and Sing 2 as one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. Period. Yeah. So yeah, you wanna know how this movie is bad? Yeah. First and foremost, this movie represents everything that is wrong with animation today. You've got the cool and hip with the modern pop songs. This is a base. I think this is a society in ancient times. Yet they try to be so cool and hip. Well, with the trending stuff. The pop songs. Oh my goodness. They included Gangnam Style. Yep, they included Gangnam Style, the most overrated song I have ever heard. Period. Why? And plus, this is a movie from. It's supposed to take place in the samurai times. Oh my, yet they decided to include the pop songs. There was even an action scene with the, um, Hank versus the sumo. They played a pop song that doesn't even fit. Yeah, it's a slow pop song that. Yeah, yeah, you can tell how bad it is. Yeah, so much pop songs. So yeah, very cool and hip, but with today's society, even though, like, besides the setting. So yeah, and now let's get to the story. And another thing that represents everything wrong with animation in this film is the humor. Oh my goodness, the humor represents of fart jokes, toilet humor, and nothing. Like, seriously, there was a joke in the beginning of the film where, like, a kid just basically the town was called Papa, and it said Papa in the sign. He put an O, he's with a spray paint to make the word poop. I'm not joking. Why? Are you serious, Paramount? What were you thinking? That was not funny. Oh, and also another thing. Yeah, there's a scene where like this kid that cuts the hair of a sumo and you can actually see his stomach. My god, that is gross. Um, and of course, the f- of course the fart jokes, the one you saw in the trailer, and then the villain says, "Ah, smell of victory with fart." Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, this movie is very mean spirited as well. I hate every single character in this film. Yeah, the main character is so unlikable. But honestly, the worst character in the film has to be Samuel L. Jackson's character. Yeah, I mean Samuel L. Jackson. He's actually the best. He's the best actor of this cast when it comes to his career. He's my favorite black actor of all time. And yeah, they screwed over Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, yeah, my God, Samuel Jackson. Oh, don't worry, at least he's gonna redeem himself because we got that Secret Invasion show coming, which is one of my most anticipated MCU shows. Probably my most anticipated show of next year. But yeah, the Samuel Jackson in this film. Oh my goodness, and yeah, no one in the voice acting cared. I mean, Michael Cera, aka Scott Pilgrim, just so bad. Now I will give it that at least they didn't include him screaming like a girl that he saw in the trailer. Remember, like with the sumo guy, that he was screaming like a girl. Yeah, thank God they didn't include that. But yeah, his voice acting was terrible. Michelle Yeoh, whatever you pronounce it, you were in Everything Everywhere All at Once, a masterpiece and one of the best movies of the year. Is this how you follow up Everything Everywhere All at Once? And also, I will admit, Michelle Yeoh was also in Minions Rescue. I will admit, she did a good job in that voice acting in that movie, and I think Master Shao was actually a good character in the film. So, I apologize if I said there were no positives. Maybe I was being biased towards the Minions. And I just wanted to put in the worst movies of the year. I apologize because there was a positive, and that was Michelle Yeoh's performance and her character. But yeah, speaking of talking about Minions Rescue having a positive, this one had absolutely no positives at all. This movie is a million times worse than Minions Rescue. I'd rather watch Minions Rescue. Um, and also what was I gonna say? And also Korath from the MCU is also in this. The other acting. Yeah, he was terrible as the sumo. And yeah, even the kids, I feel bad for them. They probably were so bad, but they definitely deserve better. Yeah, and now let's get to the story. The story. This is probably the most cliched story I've ever seen since the Emoji Movie. Yeah, basically like how a movie is so obvious that it rips off other films. That's what the Emoji Movie did. That's exactly what this movie did. It rips off. Well, of course, Blazing Sadly, so whatever you pronounce it. But not only that, but it rips off the Karate Kid and Kung Fu Panda. I mean, many people have said that have noticed that it rips off Kung Fu Panda, but no one mentioned that it ripped off the Karate Kid, which is my favorite movie of 1984. Yeah. But honestly, probably the worst aspect of the film, in my opinion, has to be the animation. Oh my goodness, the animation is honestly the worst animation I've seen in a movie since well since Norm of the North. I mean, even the Trolls duology, the Emoji movies, the Sing movies, and even the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild have better animation than this. You know you screwed up when I say that. The animation this it looks like a straight to DVD animation, and the styles in this movie that this movie tries to experiment, it doesn't work. And yeah, so yeah, the animation is ugly. The animation in Samuel L. Jackson's character is one reason why I think he's the worst character in the film because his design looks so ugly. Like seriously, what I mean is I don't know what else to use other than cheap and lazy. But don't worry, I will not use that term because it's getting old now, and I know that for sure. But the animation is painful. But so yeah, so yeah, and also let's talk about this movie's representation of racism. Yeah, I was gonna mention that with the story aspect, but I forgot. But yeah, this movie's representation of racism is so wasted in this. I mean, of course, they weren't even screwed up. I mean, the movie's things of racism went nowhere. I mean, there's basically yes, the dog is represented as a black person and saying that no matter if we're different, we can still work together. Like that's it. That's how you actually do it. I mean, if you want to see a bear movie that actually tackles racism in a very realistic, very like important, impactful way, watch Zootopia. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I think this movie is Zootopia done wrong. Yeah, I forgot I mentioned that. But yeah, Zootopia is a film that actually tackles racism. And tackles yeah, things like that very well, and actually challenges you. It actually does the message justice. But yes, Paws of Fury is everything that Zootopia isn't when it comes to its messages, and the fact that it tries to be so political but fails. Oh god. So overall, Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank is the worst movie I've seen this year, and it is the worst Nickelodeon movie I've ever seen as well. I'd rather watch The Last Airbender over this. And yeah, who would have thought that The Last Airbender would be topped as the worst Nickelodeon movie? So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna give Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank, well, a 1 out of 10. Did you see that comment? So yeah, so that was my review of Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank. Yeah, review or rant. So yeah, what's your opinion on the movie? Do you agree with me that it sucks, or do you kind of like it? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my San Diego Comic Con reflection video. Bye guys.